Then I saw another beast rising out of the earth. It had 2 horns like a lamb, and it spoke like a dragon. In part 2 of this series, we discovered that the beast rising out of the earth denotes the most deceptive component on this planet, the human heart or spirit of man. Our word rising denotes pride, that which Proverbs calls a haughty spirit. No doubt, man is continually rising, continually asserting an attitude of superiority, and this despite the fact that anything we possess, in the way of intelligence, talent, etc., is a gift of God. Now note the following. It performs great signs, even making fire come down from heaven to earth in front of people. And by the signs that it is allowed to work in the presence of the beast, it deceives those who dwell on earth, telling them to make an image for the beast that was wounded by the sword and yet lived. And it was allowed to give breath to the image of the beast, so that the image of the beast might even speak and might cause those who would not worship the image of the beast to be slain. It, that is the heart or spirit, performs great signs, even making fire come down from heaven to earth in front of people. What does this mean? Please consider. But they did not receive him, because his face was set for the journey to Jerusalem. And when his disciples James and John saw this, they said, "Lord, do you want us to command fire to come down from heaven and consume them, just as Elijah did?" But he turned and rebuked them and said, "You do not know what manner of spirit you are of, for the Son of Man did not come to destroy men's lives, but to save them." And they went to another village. Here we find that the fire that comes down from heaven denotes a spirit and attitude of destruction. This is not surprising, for this is a strong characteristic of the carnal mind. What do we read? They did not receive him, which prompted James and John's wish to call down fire from heaven. Sound familiar? Is this not what we do by propagating the erroneous and horrendous teaching of eternal torment against those who do not receive him? By the signs it deceives. How? Because pride draws pride. The carnal nature loves to feel better than others, so what does it do? It tells those who dwell on earth to make an image for the beast and gives it breath to speak. What might be this image? The carnal mind. For out of the abundance of the heart or spirit, the mouth speaks, and words are the expression of the thoughts of the mind. First, the haughty spirit or carnal nature, followed by its image or expression, the carnal mind. And because it seeks to sustain an attitude of superiority, it desires worship. Worship of what? Of both its nature and mind. What is meant by worship? At its most basic level, it simply means to reverence or adore. Where our treasure is, there will our heart be also. So herein lies the most important point of all. This beast has 2 horns like a lamb, but speaks like a dragon, telling us that the context of Revelation 13 regards religious activity as opposed to secular. This is further confirmed by the number of the beast, which totals 18. Is it just a coincidence that Paul listed 18 things in 2 Timothy 3, verses 2 through 4, and stamped it with an appearance of godliness? Regarding the works of the flesh in Galatians 5, verses 19 through 21, there are also 18 components listed. Religion cloaked in pride is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Let's return to our passages from Revelation 13 for a final observation. It exercises all the authority of the first beast in its presence and makes the earth and its inhabitants worship the first beast, whose mortal wound was healed. It performs great signs, even making fire come down from heaven to earth in front of people. And by the signs that it is allowed to work in the presence of the beast, it deceives those who dwell on earth, telling them to make an image for the beast that was wounded by the sword and yet lived. As I mentioned in part 1 of this series, the beast of the earth or false prophet works in league with the first beast, the beast rising out of the sea. We're told it exercises all the authority of the first beast in its presence and makes the earth and its inhabitants worship the first beast, whose mortal wound was healed. Whether we're talking about the beast rising out of the sea or the beast rising out of the earth, the word beast typifies the carnal nature. They are forever linked in this regard. This being true, we can apply the following from the first beast to the second. And the beast that I saw was like a leopard. Its feet were like a bear's, and its mouth was like a lion's mouth. And to it the dragon gave his power and his throne and great authority. A leopard cannot be anything but what it is, so too a bear or lion. It's their inherent nature. So in keeping with the definition of beast meaning a dangerous animal, we have 3 characteristics that agree. And so I've said, man in his carnal nature is the most dangerous animal on the planet. Note that the dragon gives its power and throne and great authority to this beast of the sea. Our word dragon is defined by Strong's as a fabulous kind of serpent. It's found just 13 times in the King James New Testament, all of them in Revelation. Regarding 13, Jones writes to write 13 in Hebrew. They wrote 2 Hebrew letters, Yod Gimel. These signify the hand or outworking of pride. The number 13 speaks of rebellion and depravity. The dragon points to Revelation 12, where it's seen with the same 7 heads and 10 horns as the beast. In other studies, I identify the 7 heads of the dragon or beast as the 6 things that the Lord hates, the 7 that are an abomination to him. What do these 7 things begin with? A proud look. What do these 7 things signify? What else but the carnal nature, along with the carnal mind? And to reiterate the fire that comes down from heaven, this is the untamed fire of the tongue, that which James calls a restless evil, full of deadly poison. With it, we bless our Lord and Father, and with it, we curse people who are made in the likeness of God. From the same mouth come blessing and cursing. What does James follow with? My brothers, these things ought not to be so. To sum it up, our battle is not with each other, but with the carnal nature and mindset that exists within our own being. The destruction effected by Christ in the book of Revelation is a destruction of this carnal nature and mind. For more about the subject of the beasts, see my video series, The Beast, on this YouTube channel. Thank you for taking time to view my studies. Please feel free to subscribe or comment, and may the Lord bless you in your walk with Him.